guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm doing my first project pan update. I went ahead and decided for the year of 2022, I was gonna do a project pan. I just have a lot of makeup and I wanna make sure I am using up and getting lots of love and use out of the makeup that I own. Before we get started, don't forget to upload every Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday for you guys. If you like this video while you're watching it, please go ahead and give it a big thumbs up. It really does help my channel out. And other than that, if you're excited and you wanna hear about an update on my project pan, then let's go ahead and get started. If you went ahead and missed my project pan intro video, I put that up towards the beginning of January. I'll go ahead and have it linked in the eye and down below for you to check out in case you want to. I didn't know how often I was going to do an update video. I thought once a month would be too often, so then I thought quarterly, but I didn't know if that would be not enough. But I am here a month later to give you an update, or like a month and a half later, to give you an update because I have updates. I figure maybe I'll just go ahead and update you guys when I figure I have enough news to tell you and not just put an exact like 2 months, 1 month sort of timeline on it, because I finished up 5 products, you guys. Yeah. 5 products. I am so excited about that. I feel so stinking good. So let's go ahead and talk about those products first. The first one I finished up was my Fenty Beauty Gloss Bomb in the shade Fussy. I'm not surprised I finished this up because this was running very low. This was in my last year's project pan. I did like an end of the year project pan last year, and this was in it, and I was not able to finish it before the end of 2021. So that's why I rolled it over into this one, and I was able to finish it up. Like, if you can see, I scraped this baby clean. I mean, sure, there's probably a tiny bit more. Maybe a professional project panner would have been able to get the rest of this out, but I can see through the gloss when I would scrape the wand to get it out, there was like nothing on it. So I am calling this an empty. I love these gloss bombs, so I'm kind of sad that it's gone, but it was a little bit older and I wanted to use it up before it went bad, and I'm really excited that I was able to do so. Then I used up the Winky Luxe. This was their Unibrow Universal Brow Pencil. I actually really like this brow pencil. It's got a spoolie on one side, and then the other side was the brow pencil, obviously. I used the whole thing up, so you can't really tell, but it was just like a really tiny pencil, which I prefer. The color was like perfect for my brows. It lasted all day long. It didn't fade. It was easy to use. I actually really did enjoy this. I'm definitely gonna miss this. Then I finished up the YSL All Hours Foundation. I had the shade BR10 Cool Porcelain. I am really sad to see this go. This is a wonderful foundation, but kind of like the Fenty Gloss Bomb, this was getting a lot older in my collection and it has SPF in it. So I wanted to make sure I used it up before I went bad. It's definitely technically expired, but it didn't smell bad. It didn't like react really on my skin, but I was really glad to use this up before it actually did go bad. Like I said, this is a great foundation. It's not completely full coverage, but it covers up enough. It's beautiful on the skin. It lasts all day long, like it says, all hours. It was a good shade match for me. I definitely can see myself repurchasing this in the future. This one I did get sent in PR, but in the future I would be repurchasing it with my own money, and I definitely can see myself doing so. Then I used up the Beauty Bakery Flower Powder. I had the shade Oat Translucent. I like took the sifter out of it and everything, and I used up every speck of this powder. It's a good one. I like it a lot. This was the second compact of it that I had gone through. I don't foresee myself repurchasing it in the future though, only because it's not my favorite powder ever, and I feel like with all the makeup I am consuming, I'm getting stuff in PR, which I'm so grateful and thankful for. I'm purchasing a lot of makeup. I just have a feeling that I'm gonna start only purchasing makeup that I genuinely love with my whole heart. So that way I'm not being wasteful, wasting my money, wasting makeup, anything like that. And while I did enjoy this powder, I don't see myself purchasing it again. And the 5th and final product I used up was my Shiseido Synchro Skin Self-Refreshing Concealer. I have the shade 101 Fair. I just decided today that I am calling this an empty and it is used up. I don't think you guys are gonna be able to tell on camera. Yeah, you can. I'm like scraping the insides of this. Like every time I use it, I am just scraping and scraping and scraping. And today when I was using it to apply it, this is the concealer that I have on, I was getting like annoyed because I was like scraping it and then getting like the tiniest little amount out and then going back in and then getting like the tiniest little amount out. And I was like, I'm not doing this anymore. If it is that hard to get product out, I'm just gonna call it an empty. Plus the inside of it is too small to get a spatula down in there. I did purchase a set of makeup spatulas off of Amazon, and I was able to like scrape down and spatula as much out of this. But yeah, the opening is too small. I can't do that. So we're calling this an empty. We're just going to go ahead, say I used it up. I did like this concealer, but I don't think I will repurchase it again in the future. I figure I'll go ahead and talk about the items that I'm going to use to replace the ones that I just finished up, and then we'll end the video talking about my other products in it and giving you an update on those. So the first thing I'm going to roll in to replace the YSL All Hours foundation is my Dose of Colors Meet Your Hue foundation. In this, I have the shade 105 Fair. It's not the most perfect shade match on me. It's the foundation I have on today. It's a little bit orangey and a little bit too deep on me. I have to really drag it down my neck and try to make it work out. However, I really like the formulation of this. It's mattifying without being too drying, but kind of like the YSL, it's just getting older in my collection. I've had it for definitely over a year, probably closer to 2 years at this point. And again, I don't want makeup to go bad in my possession, so I want to use it up. I do have a little mark here, as you can see, so I'm definitely over halfway gone. Like I said, I've had this for a while and I do enjoy it, so I do reach for it fairly often. But yeah, that's where the starting mark is. I will obviously update you in my next update. Maybe it'll be gone like the YSL, I don't know, we shall see. But yeah, I do like this and I'm excited to have it in my project pan and reach for it fairly often. Then to replace my Winky Lux brow pencil, I'm rolling in this Charlotte Tilbury Brow Lift. This is in the shade Natural Brown. It has a spoolie on one side like the other one, and then it is a little bit thicker of a pencil. I'm not gonna lie, this is probably going to take me a very long time to finish up. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if this takes me the rest of the year, which sounds dramatic because it's February and that's 10 more months, but these thick brow pencils like this take me so long to finish up. I have finished up the ABH Brow Definer, which is like the same shape as this in the past, and that took me like 2 years. I'm not even kidding you. I just don't need a lot of brow product to fill in my brows, so I use like the tiniest little amount. I did go ahead and take a picture. I'll be popping up pictures as I talk about these products. So I did go ahead and take a picture, but that is what we're looking like. We've got a lot of brow product left. Like I said, this will take me a while to finish, which part of me is bummed about that, but the other part of me is like, well, I gotta use it up, so why not try to use it up now? Then to replace my Beauty Bakery flour powder, I'm rolling in this one size. This is their translucent setting powder. This is the mini size, so I'm hoping I will be able to finish this up rather quickly. I don't love this powder, sadly. I'm so bummed. I bought it off of a friend's recommendation, and normally I love her recommendations and everything she says she loves, I typically love, but something about this I don't love on my skin. First of all, it's more of like a yellow sort of powder, so it does oxidize on me a little bit. It darkens my concealer and my foundation, which I don't love. Also, it's a little bit drying on me as well. So because of those reasons, I do want to make sure I am using it up. Powder doesn't really go bad. I mean, you can keep powder for a long time, but I just kind of want to use this up and get it out of my collection. And for days like work and that kind of stuff, when I'm not filming or I'm not trying to impress anyone, I don't mind using this powder to finish it up. I decided not to roll in another lip product to replace the Fenty Beauty Lip Gloss. So to replace the Shiseido concealer, I am gonna start using up the Hourglass Vanish Concealer. I have the shade Birch for this. This will probably take me a while to use up because you do not need a lot of this concealer at all. Like, you just need the tiniest little dot on your under eyes, and it blends out to be like completely full coverage. It can be a little bit cakey and drying if you're not careful and if you use too much. But the reason why I want to roll this one in and start using this up is because I can't tell if it's starting to turn and smell a little bit. I hadn't used it in a while, so I don't know. I don't remember what this smelled like before, like when I first purchased it. But it's just kind of smelling, I don't know. It doesn't smell like too off, or obviously I wouldn't be using it, but it's got like a hint of like, what is that? I'm not entirely sure. So because of that, I do want to roll this in, try to use it up before it does go bad. Obviously, if I notice it really smelling weird, doing things weird on my face or anything like that, I will stop using it. But this is a little bit older in my collection and it was expensive. This is Hourglass. This was expensive. I want to say like over $30 for a concealer. So we're going to try to use this baby up and not let it go bad and waste our money. Alrighty, now that you're all caught up on the products that I used up and then the products that I'm going to be rolling in to replace those, let's give you an update on the products that were in my project pan that I did not use up quite yet. The first one is the K&C Super Balm. This is just a really nice chapstick. I use it before every single time I do my makeup, and I have used up quite a bit. Obviously, this was the first line. This was the second. When I take the cap off and squeeze out all the air, that is where my second line was. So I feel really good about that. I used up a really big chunk of this, and I feel like by the next time we have an update, I will have used this up. I don't know. We shall see. But I feel good about that progress for sure. Then the two primers that I had in here, the first one is the ColourPop Pretty Fresh Hydrating Hyaluronic Acid Primer. I am so close to finishing this, as you can see in my progress here. So again, I feel good about this progress. I feel like I would have liked to have a little bit more used up, but I just don't need a lot of this product when I'm using it. I only really need one pump to cover my entire face, or it does get a little bit too oily and greasy for me, so I don't want to over apply it, obviously. So we're just gonna keep chugging along at this. Maybe it'll be used up by the next time I'm updating you guys, I don't know. But this is another one that's getting older that I just really want to finish up before it goes bad. We also had in the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. You guys, look at this. Look at this progress. It is almost gone. I'm so excited about that. I really don't have very much left at all. I just have this little section and this little section here. I'm gonna be popping up my before pictures here, and if you can tell, there is a really big difference. Like, I have used up quite a bit of this product, which is not really hard to do. I like to use it in conjunction with the Pretty Fresh one, where I'll put this all over my face and then put this in my T-zone, or I actually don't mind this one all over my face as well. So this is a good one. I'm excited about my progress for sure. I definitely can see this being gone very soon. And yeah, that's gonna be a really good feeling, because I've had this for 3 years at this point. I've had this for way too long. Another product that I have used up quite a bit and feel really good about is the L'Oreal True Match Lumi Bronze It Bronzer. You guys are probably like, yeah, Emily, we know you use it all the time. If you have watched like any of my Get Ready With Me's, my 1 week 1 palettes over the last like month and a half since I introduced my project pan, I use this bronzer all of the time. But I love it. That's kind of why I put it in my project pan. It was getting older, but I also loved it. I tried to pick products that I didn't hate. I don't want to hate pan things like, oh, I don't want, well, I guess I'm doing that with the one size powder, but other than that, I don't want to hate pan things and put in products that I don't love to use, because that's when you get frustrated with project pans, and I don't want that to happen. So again, I feel good about this progress. I have used up a lot of this bronzer. This pan was not that big before. Can you tell? Can you tell the difference? I mean, I know you can. This, I feel so good about. I love this bronzer. I think it's beautiful. It's a bronzer that I have on my face today. It's not too dark. It's not too light. It's not too cool tone, too warm tone. It's got a little bit of sheen and shine to it. When this is gone, I'm going to repurchase it. Like, I'm just kind of using it up to use it up and to have the accomplishment of finishing a bronzer. But I love it so much that I know I'm going to repurchase it. But yeah, that's some good progress. I've also had some decent progress with my Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powder. This is in the shade Luminous Light. This is not my favorite thing ever, but I feel like I've definitely been able to use up quite a bit of product. I like to use this as my highlight for work, or I like to layer this. I'll put this on first because it's a little bit deep and dark for me, and then I'll go in with another highlight on top to finish it off. Do you need to do that? No. It's definitely extra to use 2 highlights, but I'm using it to try to use it up. This I've had in my collection for like 3, almost 4 years at this point. It is old, but it doesn't smell. Like, it's still fine. So I feel good about this, but I'm hopeful that I will see even more progress for the next update, and that pan will just keep growing. And then my last 3 items, I definitely do not have as much progress as I would maybe like or hope to see, but we're gonna keep chugging along at them. The first one is the Benefit 24-Hour Brow Setter. I don't really know how much is left in here. Obviously, it's a brow gel. You can't really tell, but when I pull out the spoolie, like, there is still plenty of product on it, if you can see. So again, we're gonna keep using this up. It doesn't smell bad. It's not going bad. It still holds my brows in place very nicely. And I really don't mind using the same brow gel every day. Brows are boring. I'm fine using the same pencil and brow gel. You know what I mean? So hopefully one day I will finish this dang brow gel up, especially since it's a mini. It's not even a full size. And then the last 2, yeah, I just really don't feel good about the progress I've had on them, but what can you do? Again, we're gonna keep working at them. The first one is the Glow Recipe Watermelon Glow Ultrafine Mist. I can't tell if this has gone bad because it looks like it may have gone bad. It doesn't smell bad. Oh, maybe it does smell bad. Oh, shoot, guys, maybe it does smell bad. No, it still smells like watermelon. Oh, I can't tell if this has gone bad. All right. Okay, if I can't tell that it's gone bad, I feel like I probably should just go ahead and call this an empty. I mean, not an empty, obviously, because I didn't use it up. But yeah, I hadn't reached for this in a while, and really whenever I do reach for it, it's only to wet my brush to then put shimmers on my eyelid. I don't like this as a setting spray or anything like that. And if you can tell, I had only used the tiniest minuscule amount up anyway since my last check-in. So I think I'm gonna go ahead, roll this one out, throw it away, sadly. I do feel good that I used up as much as I did because I didn't like this spray pretty much the whole time I owned it. But yeah, I feel like the coloring is off. It used to be pink, and it does kind of smell off. So game time live decision, we are calling this an empty, and I'm gonna chuck this because I don't want to put this on my face. And then last but not least, we have my Huda Beauty cream lipstick in the shade Empress. I love this lipstick, and I feel like I've reached for it quite a few times, but there has not been very much progress at all. I'm gonna pop up the picture so you can see they kind of look the same, which is so odd to me because like I said, I feel like I have definitely used this lipstick quite a few times. Again, we're gonna keep working at it. I love it. I love the shade. I love the formulation. So I'm definitely going to eventually finish it up. But like I said in my other video, it kind of melted and it's like real wonky now. So that's not fun. But yeah, again, like the other ones, we're gonna keep chugging along. And that was it, you guys. That was my first project pan update. I feel so good about this project pan so far. Finishing up 5 products. The other ones that I'm still working on, I feel good about. I definitely feel like I can use them up, which is the good part about project panning. If you feel like you're unable to finish up the products or you don't like them enough to finish them up, that's really frustrating. And as of right now, I don't feel frustrated with this project pan. I am excited about it. I'm having fun using these products up. I like seeing my money put to good use and not getting wasted and thrown away. So let me know down below. Are you impressed with my progress too? Because I definitely am. Like I said, I'm not really sure when my next update will be, just whenever I feel like I have enough to update you guys on. So if you made to the end of this video, thank you so much. You're awesome and I love you. Please subscribe if you have not yet, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye guys.